In today's episode, we're going to talk about different processes for making or printing t-shirts. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Today we're going to work on some t-shirts and it's going to be a small order. We're going to use the vinyl cutter, and while the machine is doing the job, I want to talk about some of the previous videos that we uploaded with, making t-shirts with transfers. We have done like screen printing transfers. We have done the DTF transfers, and there's a lot of processes that you can do, even embroidery. Right now we are outsourcing a big project for a company that comes back every year, like around this time when it's getting cold. He ordered like 50 hoodies, and we already placed an order for 50 transfers with screen printing because he loves that process. The other guy that has the embroidery machine is helping us doing the embroidery process. Unfortunately, we have to rely in his time, so that is one of the things. But we told the customer ahead of time that it might take 3 weeks. That's how much time we are giving our customers. And one of the things I want to mention is that if you really want to start a t-shirt business full-time, sometimes it is best if you also learn or own a vinyl cutter. Like for example, this order, it's only a few t-shirts and a few caps, and the order is not that big. However, he did order some business cards and card magnets, which of course we outsource too. It is important for you to own a vinyl cutter because the best way to do a small order like that is with HTV vinyl. However, HTV, as we have mentioned, it's a little more expensive, but it is better when you do small orders. And another thing I want to mention is that the reason why we do this working from home is like, you can see us here in the kitchen while the machine I think is finished, and Saul is, I don't know, I think he's texting maybe his girl, I don't know. But anyway, we love doing this from home. It is very comfortable. Right now the weather, it's very rainy outside and it's cloudy, so we love drinking some coffee and working from home. All right, I think our machine is ready, and of course we use the graphic today, the CE 6060, and the newest version today is the CE 7060. The vinyl we're using today is Caesar Easy Weed. We have used this vinyl for so long, and we rarely have some complaints. I'm not gonna say it's been perfect. I think any process you do, you will always come up with challenges. All right, now Saul is going to align the vinyl into the cutter. We do this process a lot. Actually, it has to be done to make sure that there's enough space or that the vinyl is not going to shift at the moment of cutting. So this process is very important. You can see that it moved a little bit, so I'm gonna have to realign it. It was not aligned properly. You see, if it moves a lot, then that means it needs to be aligned much better. I think it's worth investing a couple minutes instead of wasting a lot of material, especially with big projects. Yeah, especially with HTV. Like I said, it's kind of expensive. I think it's like about $2, or it could be a little bit more per square foot. Yeah. So and I was asking Saul, like, how much does he think this vinyl, this little piece right here is worth? I think he agrees with me, like it's not more than 80 cents for sure. And yeah, there's like 4 small logos there for like 4 caps. So, and I charge $16 per caps. And this is the software that comes with the graphic. It's the CM3. If you have the newest version, it has to be the CM4. And now let's send it. And now you're gonna see why it's important to align your vinyl before you cut a decent amount of vinyl. This is probably like 40 inches, so it's not that big. Saul is going to start weeding out the small logos that are going to be placed on the caps. And one of the things that I love about like outsourcing transfers is that we don't have to do this process. But like I said, this is a small order. Back in the days, we used to do like even 50 orders, right, Saul? Yep. It will take the whole day. You see why? Because this is kind of like a very small detail design. I can see that we're gonna have a challenge weeding out the inside of the letters, but there's no other way to get this small order done That's why I totally agree with Luis that you have to own a vinyl cutter. I mean, if you want to be able to get most of your orders done, no matter the size. I think I'm spoiled with the transfers. Like, I don't know if I will ever again do a huge order with HTV. So, like you were saying earlier, probably the only downside is that you depend on how long they will take to ship them out. I guess how busy this company is, but sometimes they may take like a little bit over a week. And if you want to get it done faster, then you can use a vinyl cutter, but it will be a lot of work. If you have the power to control the design, as we have mentioned many times, try to avoid doing like very difficult designs, especially if you're doing it with HTV. Always remember that you have to weed out the letters and every detail. Keep that in mind. Now, if you're doing transfers, then I don't think there should be any problems. So we turn on the heat press and we're gonna have it at 315 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds, which is around the same time that we use for the transfers, whether they're DTF or the screen printing transfers. And right now, Saul is about to start weeding out the other color, which is the black one for the t-shirt. I guess one of the things that I also want to mention about HTV that I don't like is that this little piece took like maybe almost, I'll say like half an hour or probably more. And it's only 4 designs. Just imagine if you had to do like 50 of them. 2 things I gotta say though, the speed was very low. We forgot to bring it up. Also, the letter, like the font at the bottom, which you will see in a minute, has some kind of effect. Yeah, it has like a distress effect. And I gotta mention this, or you can get up close, because someone asked in one of the videos if the company where we outsource the transfers did a mistake or something went wrong with the font. But it didn't. This is the way it's supposed to look, because it's got some kind of effect, and that's what I was trying to say, that with the vinyl cutter, maybe that's why it took a little bit long. All right, guys, we're gonna start doing our t-shirts, and the first step is to pre-press the garment, so that way it gets rid of all the moisture and the wrinkles. We do it for 3 seconds, and we're gonna start with the small design in the front, and I'm gonna do it around, this is a medium size, I'm gonna do around 7" from the shoulder to the design. And the good thing about HTV is that it has the adhesive, and you can like lift it up and kind of get an idea if it's center and placed properly where you want it. That's one of the advantages of HTV that the transfers don't have. Yeah, I think that looks good right there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the full cycle, since this is a 1 color design. Guys, while we wait, the shirt is ready. I want to mention that if you didn't know, that we have a calculator for pricing t-shirts, whether it's with HTV or any transfers like DTF or screen printing transfers. We have a calculator. This is how it simple works, but it makes it easier for you, so that way you're not, calculating a lot. It's a simple formula, but it would really help us if you join the silver membership. You can use that calculator. We really appreciate it. All right, so it's time to do the back, and again, same step. We're gonna pre-press the garment. We're gonna get our design, and I'm gonna do around 4 inches from the back. Again, this is not like for all t-shirts, because it depends on the size. And see, this is one of the things that I like about HTV, that you can use the adhesive to lift it up and get a better look. And I think that looks good right there. All right, now let's do the full cycle. And this customer came from a lead from a different customer, which I think we mentioned this in the previous, one of the previous videos. One of the reasons why we stay busy during the slow days, like in winter, from decals, is making hoodies, t-shirts, and it is all because a lot of these customers, they refer us to their friends. If we have like a t-shirt laying around, we sometimes give them a free either hoodie or something that they can try for the cold weather. It's not always gonna work, but that's a good way for you to advertise other products, or you can do like a small decal, whatever. You don't have to spend crazy money. Sometimes that website where we get our blanks from, they have like really good specials, and we order a few extra ones for providing our customers with a sample or something. Now it's time to start pressing our caps. I want to give you an idea about the heat press that we'll be using, or the cap press. This time we're going to be using the Max press, and it's made by Stalls. Just to give you an idea, this is the price, and we found it through Pro World, and it's exactly the same, $850. I think we bought it over 5 years ago. We paid like less than $700. You can see a huge increase in the price. And the good thing about this press is that you can buy different platens We have two different sizes. Sometimes this one works better than this one on certain caps, and that's why it's always good to have a good press. And it's so easy to replace it. And to increase the pressure, all you gotta do, just hit the little piece underneath it and just rotate it accordingly. And the cap that we're gonna use is the by this brand. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Yupong something. I'm gonna press it for a few seconds, but before that, I also want to show you we have the heat transfer tape. It is specially designed to withstand the heat, and we're gonna use those. Maybe it's not really necessary, but just in case, we're gonna use that, as well as a small piece of Teflon sheet that we got from an old pillow. Our press is almost ready. I think I can pre-press it now. I'm gonna give it 3 seconds and the same settings to apply the vinyl, and you can see there are no creases when I pressed it, and that's a good thing, because if you have any creases, you gotta make sure to get rid of them. And now I'm gonna use the little tapes. These are the same ones that we've been using with our transfers, the ones that don't have the backing or the adhesive. This is just I think we're just gonna align it accordingly. I just don't want to assume, I just want to make sure that it is centered. And while we still wait, it's almost ready. I don't know if I mentioned the brand of the shirts is the Jersey t-shirts. We also use Gildan, and the most important thing is that we try to get the blend, the 50% cotton and 50% polyester. I think we're good to go now. Yeah, I'm gonna give it the full cycle. And one of the things that I want to mention too is that we have done this very same process with transfers. So the screen printing transfers, they also work on caps. Of course, you gotta use the tape. I don't really need to do that, but I'm gonna press it for another few seconds, and that's why I brought the little sheet, the Teflon sheet, just to make sure that our logo stays there forever. And now, look at that. I like the combination. Looks nice. Well, we finally finished. Saul is folding the shirts. We try to make it look nice for the customer. And it took around, maybe I'll say 2 hours, probably less if we were not filming. But we appreciate it if you give us a like, subscribe. Yeah, thank you guys. Don't forget that we will leave all the links below on the description or on the first comment. And also you can visit our website at www.rdidecals.com, and that's where you can also log in for your membership to use the calculators. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys again on the next episode.